All right, everyone. Welcome to the January 20th iteration of the MicroProfile Live Hangout, 2026. A link to the meeting minutes is in the chat. Thank you, Emily. Go ahead and click on the link and add your name as participant. Organization is optional, and it's everyone's shared responsibility to take notes. This call may find its way onto YouTube. Okay, in fact, I apologize. I know Ryan's not listening, but I updated a bunch of I created a bunch of marketing issues to get a backfill of meetings up there. So kind of like apologies and up front. Okay, for today's call, Emily, I didn't know if you wanted to talk about the charter, so that's in there.
Yeah.
Um, I kind of cleaned out the host micro profile and discussion to kind of reach. It was getting long. It's still in prior meeting minutes for prior meetings. But I reset that. We could talk about that today. Talk about a MicroProfile 7.2 release. I don't know, is Roberto on? Yes, he is. uh I don't know if we need to kind of clean this out. Um, let's see. In fact, hold on. I think what I'm going to do is move this here. Okay. And then one of the we still need to get volunteers for some of the marketing issues, our final marketing spend, and we talk about the tutorial under marketing as well. And then for the program plan, I went through and I updated all the Git issues to the 2026 versions in the marketing repo for the program plan. Okay. Are there any other topics folks wanted to cover today?
This sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, there's quite a bit
In the
there, but
marketing side, so Emerson joined. In the marketing side, we will talk a bit more about DevNexus booth. Yeah.
hey, did you guys meet yesterday? Because it was a holiday in
Yes.
the US. Okay.
We Emerson joined in, and just Emerson and I, we had a quick discussion, and yeah, Emerson, I shared the ticket with Emerson. Emerson is going to make some progress there. We discuss more on the marketing
Okay.
on the that agenda when it come to the marketing section.
Okay. So the charter update, Emily.
Yeah, so this is 2025. So 2024, 25 here. And 2026, this is still remain is the working group membership fees are the same as 2025. And however, this year we need to work out convert to euro. So it's with that in mind. So if you scroll to the bottom of it,
Sorry, as I'm
so we
mute.
need,
I'm going to take a
yeah.
quick note here, real quick. Oops.
So it's in this year we need to use euro for next year's working group membership fee. So it's we need agree among ourselves and how much each member, the different category, how much we should uh, charge. So it's, if you go to the bottom of it, so this is the proposal I put forward. Is I try to use a conversion rate 10K dollar equivalent to 8,500 something, and then I round down to 8,522. So I round down to 800,000, 800, no, 80. If it, yeah, 8K. So it's and then I use the following trying to maintain the ratio and work out this way. So with this, I think one of the minimum is we should be able to cover the mandatory fees. I'm not sure whether that's sufficient. If not, probably we have to round up to be 9K instead of 8K euros. So I think, John, after this, we should share this with um, Sharon, right? Sharon, and to see is whether this is acceptable.
Yeah. Sorry, I was in another browser window trying to find the
2026.
the
Yeah.
2026 plan, and you'll notice that we have $0 in discretionary spending,
Yeah.
right? So we're basically forwarding the unspent from last year to this year, right? Um,
Yeah.
and they took a hit of 2K on general administrative, right? So this
Okay.
is this year's budget, and they said that they would absorb this cost. It's going to be interesting discussion if we're talking about lowering our rates when we already have a $4,000 negative balance. Now we could have discussions about whether or not we think the fixed expenses that are listed in the expenses section are too high. That's a bit of
Yeah.
a separate, not separate. It's an additional discussion, right? And that's where I think we're going to end up going.
Yeah, and also the governance and the management, including specification management, because we have been running for a few years. I don't know what this item entail. So what are things we could get away with? So we need to also the event support. Which one is the fixed fee? Which one is the no?
Well,
And then
I'm not saying the dollar amount is fixed. I'm saying the expense,
yeah,
subject line. Sorry, yeah, line item is fixed. So legal is fixed. Marketing
yeah,
services is fixed. Yeah, we can't remove
yeah.
those and say we don't want any legal. So
The thing is the amount
yeah.
fixed. Can we have a reduced service and is that negotiable? So and then I think with the minimum expenses, minimum spending, we could work out the fee. The other thing is what will happen if with the working group member, even though we pay a 10K euro without enough, without being enough, right?
Mhm.
So again, is a would this service can be reduced?
Yeah.
If
And we
less
have a little.
members, yeah, if
Mhm.
less members in the working group, is that governments and etc. will be less, or this is fixed amount?
No, I mean it was. If you look up here on this line item, sorry, I'm highlighting.
Yeah,
Right, it does show that pretty much a big reason why our budget is the way it is because we lost two members. Right, Red Hat is
mm.
the group is now an IBM and Primeton didn't renew. Right, so
Red
we
Hat
basically
and what?
lost. Yeah, so we basically lost. I think 20K. I can't remember if Primeton is a 10K or a low level. But either way, we lost that income, I guess. So,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I have a hard time believing that. Um, well, I'm sure the Eclipse Foundation does have a minimum cost, right?
yeah,
But with new working groups where the Eclipse Foundation wants at least 5 members to start a working group, and a 5-member working group would have this level of cost. But they might be. Well, I'm not going to speculate, but this has long been a contentious issue, right? So,
Yeah. So alternatively, anyway, I think since I produced that figure, I would like to run past the Sharon to start the conversation.
mhm.
Shall we just yeah, run past that figure with Sharon and also ask the expenses since we are a smaller working group and we don't like the event support and also the governance, could that the also the marketing services, I don't know what the marketing services cover. Can we have some fee reduced?
Well, I mean, part of that is booths that the Eclipse Foundation attends, right? And they promote various projects, including Jakarta and MicroProfile. I think that's part of what that is. Maybe
What
it's
about
also the promotion of the Eclipse Foundation itself, right? That money has to come from somewhere. So I'm just speculating, right? And trying to recall from prior conversations as well.
yeah.
So just keep in mind that like everything that
Oh,
we do isn't just our individual needs, it's also paying into a pool that the helps run the entire Eclipse Foundation, right?
yeah.
So, it's that's where we're kind of, in both cases, we're kind of wondering, some of the details. And we've tried to get that before, and it's very hard for them to do.
Uh, yeah, but yeah, we have to start the conversation and trying to find out. So I think is the Eclipse Foundation trying to say is directly convert from dollar to euro, right? 1 to 1. Does
I've
that
never
mean?
heard the algorithm. I've just heard that we have to convert. That's all I've heard.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
yeah,
recall if it's
one
an
thing is
exact conversion.
yeah. But anyway, let's talk. Let's have a conversation with Sharon and go from there.
Okay, agreed. I don't know. Does anyone else want to pipe in on that? It was kind of just Emily and I, but we kind of take that on our shoulders. Okay, I know it's not a fun topic. Before we talk about microprofile in Jakarta, in fact, I'm gonna rephrase this alignment. I do want to talk about a 7.2 release that we're talking about. Roberto, there's nothing new here, right? On the updated build process. I know that we've covered that in the past. And you're on mute if you're trying to talk. I know it's late for him and he's got his kids. Oh, there
Hey,
he is.
no, just I'm on the phone and just looking for the unmute button. Yeah, so nothing new on the release side. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna remove that as an item. Okay, so for 7.2, there's a few things. We're talking about updating telemetry and open API updates. Um, do you have there's nothing, is there anything new here from prior conversations, Emily?
No, my bad. I haven't got in touch with Sergey as yet, but I will
Okay.
write down to do. I will do that after this call. But now Martin is here. But Martin can comment whether Martin you want to do a health update, Martin.
Yeah, hello. Not really. We don't have anything pressing. We have one feature request, but that can wait.
Yeah, Martin and I chatted about this a little bit last week on Slack. Um, if I recall, it needed more discussion anyway, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, but at least GPMS, that support needs to be done. So you could do a service release.
Well, I need to check because I haven't been following MicroProfile for a few weeks. But yes, if there is a requirement for GPMS, then I can do that.
Okay.
Well, that's more of a Quarkus implementation thing, right? Well, let me rephrase that. Everybody benefits, right? It's not just for Quarkus. And I know Helidon, we chatted about this last time, Helidon also uses GPMS. So Helidon may benefit as well. But it's the thing that's driving the updates right now in let's see, what are the it's not spec updates, right? Is it just TCK kind of updates and what is the updates that are floating across to
API.
get issues?
API.
Oh, so it is spec updates. Oh, it's the
Well,
API jar.
it's API jar. It doesn't really.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, we haven't done like any spec update because including the module info is not going to break anyone. I mean, I guess we could put like a sentence there saying, "Hey, there is like module support," but I'm not even sure if that's something that
I
should show up on the spec.
I don't think we should we should do that. Just add a module info. Anybody is an optional thing. If people want to make Bastro, use it.
Okay.
And that would require and that would require minor release, or it can be done in micro.
Yeah, microservice release.
Yeah. Bug release or maintenance release.
Okay, and do we, I suppose, also want to do this for standalone specs, right?
Sorry, this will be done by all the all the specs in most specs in MicroProfile.
No, I mean everything. Yes, every jar that MicroProfile produce will have to be released with the module info.
Not really. For the MicroProfile context propagation is the option. Is the exception. We will not do the MicroProfile open tracing. We're not going to do telemetry. I don't think.
Oh, I mean, sure. I mean, but I think that's not what Martin was referring to. He was referring to all the things that are on the platform, plus things like reactive messaging, GraphQL. Right.
What about
LNA in my case?
Yeah, LRA. Exactly. Forgot about that one. But yeah.
So what was the LRA? Yes or no for update?
No, yes. I mean, so pretty much
great.
all
the standalones.
All the standalone. So basically everything that MicroProfile produces that's not deprecated except for context propagation, because there is no replacement for that. Going to be released with module info.
John, is all exception except tracing and telemetry. No, tracing and
metrics.
Mm.
I was going to ask about metrics.
Can you delete context propagation?
Oh.
Open tracing, not got tracing. Open tracing.
What did I say? Oh, well, I shortened it. Let's see. That's 2 words, right? Okay.
Open tracing, anyway, it's one word.
It is 1 word. Sorry, I can never remember.
Pedantic.
Still maybe JWT. Okay. Let's see if we can get that. One thing I'd like to do is just kind of let's see.
Sorry, John.
Yeah.
You can include MicroProfile config in there as well. I mean, we discussed it last week about trying to make the split of CDI and API to make it more Jakarta friendly.
Hmm.
So I think that can go into that plan for next.
Oh, for MicroProfile 7.2? Does that
Uh,
require a major update? Is that what you're referring to? Is like a
yeah,
okay.
I mean, I think it can be done without major breaking changes. I'll see. If not, I'll push that later.
Yeah, it will be good if not major breaking changes introduced. So you did some prototype, right?
Work on that.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, I'm sending Sergey message now.
I'm just putting down word 27 just to do that. Okay, so if we're primarily looking at how long will it take you to determine that, Roberto, whether or not it's going to require breaking changes?
Like a week.
Oh, okay. Because what I'm trying to do here is I want to try and target a release date, just to see where we're, what we can target, right? If it's early summer, late summer, or whatever, right? So if it's a major release, it's probably going to be the only release in 2026. If it's a minor release, maybe we could squeeze another minor release in later in the year, right? Maybe a health update or whatever. So that's the reason I'm asking. Okay, so yeah, if you can, either it's a technical call, the next live hang or whatever, just let us know what your evaluation is, and then we can kind of plan accordingly. Because what I saw in the platform call today is they're going to reevaluate or reschedule Jakarta 12, push it out a bit. Sounds like what's going to happen, right? And I just don't have an estimated time frame for that. So I'm not sure how much time we have to resolve the config issue, right? So just a heads up about the two timelines. Um, Something else that we've talked about before. So I'm going to move to kind of onto this next bullet about multi-application support. So I know this is something that some EAP customers are interested in, running multiple applications in a traditional EE app server where it's hosting multiple apps. And it sounds like everybody is kind of doing their own thing, about how they want to go about this. And the question is, should we try and standardize that, right? And based on the comments that are highlighted, doesn't sound like an API change, but maybe some config properties or something, right? Something about how we manage the endpoints. So are there any initial thoughts about that? It's been a while since I've looked at this, so I apologize. I just noticed that when I was editing the notes this morning. Um, does anyone have any thoughts about how this might impact specs if we try to do this? Formalize it?
Unless there's other vendors also, bring this up. Liberty has been doing this from the very beginning. I think the JBoss EAP could use a similar thing. Is because the MicroProfile to start with targeting microservices, so it's pretty much anti-pattern to do one server, multiple apps. I would rather push that to runtime so some runtime can support, some runtime choose not to support. Otherwise, there's too many optional things, and some lightweight runtimes don't want to support multiple apps per server. Anyway, the anti-pattern, I think is some legacy applications use it, but does not justify the standard need to specify the legacy applications, but it's a vendor's choice.
Not in EAP for 2 years anymore, but I remember that we did specify most of these use cases. In Health, we actually have some like small notes about this in the spec too. However, I agree with Emily that this is not what MicroProfile is intended for, but I know how customers use our products. So I would say that if we want to stay portable, then we need to specify it.
Okay. And that's the question, right? Is how much of, okay, this is a philosophical question and I don't want to generate a lot of discussion. So, but it's basically how much is Jakarta today about portability versus just commonality, where once I learn the APIs, I can apply it across a lot of different runtimes, right? Even if they're not Jakarta, right? Like Helidon or Quark is okay. They're maybe core profile, right? So I guess the feeling here is, at least as of today, leave it up to vendor. Do not spec it out.
So it's Jakarta is a slightly different because it has a very long history, Java EE, so it carried some older technologies. Even Jakarta, talking about remove some older technologies, also condense APIs. The more we specify, the more burden we carry. So it's the other things, I have been talking with many customers, as you know, John. From the experience, very, very few people is moving their applications around. If they choose move their runtime around, I think unless there's a significant bigger reason, they prefer to stay put. But it's a brand new application is different, so they feel free to choose which application, which runtime they want to use.
See, I feel certain applications, certain specs would be used more exclusively or target microservices, right, where it would be a single runtime. Other specifications, like maybe telemetry, I could see being used across multiple applications in a single instance, right?
That's again, I don't think is recommended in the cloud because it's like a single application. Especially look at metrics, look at health. The one single endpoint. We don't even separate out the endpoint. It's all the applications deployed to the runtime, to the one runtime, they share one single endpoint. So it's a telemetry. Again, if they deploy everything in one runtime, the JVM and etc. is shared. There's no clear cut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and sorry, John, just to continue on that, because if you take health, one single endpoint, yes, we did have that in EAP2. However, we run into use case because we have a config property that will enable or disable all like server procedures or all server health checks. So imagine that I have two deployments. One will not specify this config. Then somebody later deploys a new deployment which will override this config. How should the server behave? From this point on, they should disable this like server health checks, or should they ignore that property because it was a second deployment? This is something that we had to decide on our end.
yeah, and I suspect different people semantically. I suspect we could get to a single opinion about it. How it's implemented, I could see that where things that's where things would be different. But I don't. I'm not sure how to continue forward this. It sounds like leave it up to the implementation and the semantics and the semantics or behavior and the details are just completely left up to the vendor.
Yeah, I think just leave it to the implementations. And then we focus on the best practices, the spec.
Yeah, I'm
Just
gonna
to
go
be clear,
back.
sorry, just to be clear, I'm not advocating that we should specify it. I'm just saying that if we want to say that the runtimes which are compatible are portable, then we have to.
Yeah, when runtime implement a spec, they can have add-ons. They also, this is where some runtime can perform better than others, or is they have more features exploit, basically build on top of the foundation. So if they can adapt based on their customer needs. The one customer or only a handful, a couple customer it's some runtime might have that type of customer, other runtime don't.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of just pause this request. I'm also gonna go back and review this inside of the EAP team around the request. But it just feels like as of right now, the right way forward is to just leave it unspecified.
Yeah, nothing stop VAP, EAP to art support based on their customer request.
Okay. I'm gonna move forward here if that's okay. I don't want to dwell on that one too much more. So I did see Tarun, and you've commented, Emily, making some updates to the 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 MicroProfile tutorial, but I haven't seen any updates to the 7.1 tutorial.
No, yeah, I have not seen that either.
Okay, we're gonna have to.
You need to follow up with him.
Okay. Okay, the program plan. Just an FYI, I just went through and updated all the Git issues for the program plan to reflect 2026 and any minor updates. We're going to be pretty busy on the marketing side. I think we're going to have to, number one, spend the money that we currently have from the 2025 budget. And then a lot of what we have in terms of these the program plan really is around marketing, and that worries me a little bit. And I'd also like to figure out how to continue to move forward around specs as well. So I think marketing and spec updates are going to be a lot of the topic of 2026. So I thought I'd bring that up. Okay, now let's talk about MicroProfile and Jakarta alignment around config. And we don't have Iana.
Before we go there, shall we talk
Yeah.
about the marketing first? Regarding DevNexus, because
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah, go
worried
ahead.
once we start that, we run out of time. So for this DevNexus, I will be there. Mike, will you be there, DevNexus?
Possibly my abstract didn't get accepted, but I still may go for the 2 summits on the first day.
If you need a ticket, if you
Mhm.
need a conference ticket, we can get you one via the booth. If you can help with the MicroProfile booth, we get a MicroProfile and Jakarta combined booth. If you need a conference ticket, we could get you one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm more than happy to help out. I thought if we got a conference ticket if you registered for the Java Champion and Java User Group Leader Summits.
Oh, probably got a free ticket anyway.
Yeah, I think I can double check that.
Yeah.
But this way
If
you
you
can
need,
use that ticket for somebody else, so.
yeah. If you need it,
Okay.
let us know. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I think you might be covered. So if you are there, can you also help out?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. More than
So
happy to help. Yeah.
that's good. And who else coming? Okay. The other thing is for the swag. So John, if you go to the marketing, let me quickly send you a link.
Where are you sending it? On the chat?
I'm trying to get a link and send to you. So there's me. Send to the chat. So this is DevNexus swag. I opened this issue. Thank you, Emerson. Emerson added all these swags, the shirts, hoodies, and socks. So we need do we have a design for this? We have a
No,
shirt.
that's where I wanted. I brought it up on the last call where we'll want to get some design help from Ryan.
Ryan.
But given the time, like if we want, when's DevNexus again?
Is the beginning of March.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have time to really go through a whole design thing. We may just have to take a prior one and reprint. And if I recall, we removed the logos anyway from the prior one because the Eclipse Foundation didn't want the logos on the shirts. And if that's the case, it's basically the same shirt we could reprint.
Do you mean shirt or you mean t-shirt?
T-shirt.
Yeah, can you update to be a t-shirt rather than proper shirt?
Well, I think it's always been considered just a T-shirt.
Oh, it's a t-shirt. Yeah, I thought you want to get a proper shirt with the collars and etc.
Okay.
Okay, so that means we could use the previous design for that. And similar hoodie might cost a lot more to MicroProfile hoodies. I think for the design, we have the design for the hoodies as well, right?
I don't recall.
I was saying Eclipse Foundation doesn't want the logo displayed. I can't remember. What's the criteria?
Yeah, if I remember, they did not want logos displayed on shirts, corporate logos displayed on shirts, because I think that causes issues around trademarks and having them there long term or something. I can't remember the exact justification, but I just remember the outcome was let's remove the logos.
So what can be displayed then? If the logo not to be displayed?
Well, corporate logos. I mean, obviously, you could have the MicroProfile logo.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
the company logos? I
Correct.
see. I see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense now. Okay. And also I raised the socks. Socks just have the MicroProfile logos would be fine.
Okay. I think because of timing, that discussion is gonna have to happen in the marketing Google group because I don't think we can wait 2 weeks for the next marketing call, and we're really
Yeah,
gonna need
true.
Brian on.
Yeah.
Brian's gonna be part of that discussion.
So what do you recommend since Emerson is here? Do you think we need to get Ryan first before Emerson go ahead to contact the Eclipse Foundation?
Well, yeah, I just would like at least to have a sense. Well, I think contacting both in parallel is okay. I think around delivery timeframes and delivery destinations that
Yeah.
just having an understanding of lead times, and then on the other half of the conversation with Ryan, it would be, um, hey, can we pull out our old designs and, if needed, update that? I don't think we had years or anything, and reprint those, and get those two conversations going in parallel.
Oh, okay. Okay, sounds good. So
Just
Emerson,
because we don't have a lot of time.
yeah, Emerson, can you get in touch with the Eclipse Foundation to say that in depth next we want to order this?
Yes, I will do that.
Okay, thank you. And then I will try to get on Slack with Ryan tomorrow morning to ask him regarding the logo status. I will ask him, I will have a call with him probably in the morning and then figure out and then update a ticket. So Emerson, you will get all the details there. So this is for the swag. And also we need to have the board, the display board. So it's a display on the booth. Do we also, in the past, the conferences, we have some pull-up, did we? Didn't we have some pull-ups?
I think we did.
Emerson.
We've had this discussion. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead with Emerson.
Emerson, do you remember last time at DevNext, did we have pull-ups?
Yeah, we got pull-ups. The problem with those ones are the versions in the documentation Excel is our one. So those doesn't apply.
Okay. We need to redesign pull-ups. The other thing is stickers. We need to have proper stickers. I will raise another ticket and update on here. We need to order some stickers.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So John, you are trying to say.
No, that's good.
Okay then. So I will talk with Ryan and also I will raise a sticker, a ticket for sticker. and then Ryan to confirm or redesign, yeah, the different patterns for the different swags you see, and also pull-ups. I think we need to also talk with the Jakarta marketing group to see whether we can do combined flyer or something like that. I think from the email Vint sent to you and me, John, he wants the joined display, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We will see. Maybe can do something. The pull-ups can contain both Jakarta E and MicroProfile.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Thanks.
Okay. And I'm not sure what we need to cover with config, I guess. During the platform call today, it was mostly, around, Jan kind of gave the update mostly around config, nothing beyond that, that I recall. So, based on sorry, I'm looking for don't mean to confuse people here. Where did I put it? Config. Here we go. No, that's too far up. I thought I put it in. Here it is. Roberto's going to look into this and determine whether it's going to require a major release. So, as a part of that investigation, Roberto, is that also a split namespace? Like, are you getting any specific requirements from from Jakarta? And you're still on mute.
Do not, Roberto, you are unmute, or maybe Roberto stepped
I think
away
it's
from
yeah.
his PC.
Hello?
There he is. He's back.
No, sorry, because I have the phone on my pocket, and then I had to take it out of the pocket, unlock it, and look for the
Oh, that's funny.
the
Okay.
the mute thingy. It's a
So the
split package.
question
Yeah, I mean,
was,
the initial prototype that I did, so the things that have the CVI things are on a separate package. So splitting that up, that's more or less easy. Now the model work, right? Because things are on a sub package of config, right? And usually what you want is to a base package where you configure your module, right? So what we're seeing over here is that there is like a base package like microprofile.config, and then in config you have like SPI, and those are the core APIs, or they are the ones that are required for being able to run in standalone mode. But then next to SPI there is at inject, or is it just inject, right? Meaning that inject is like a sub package of config. So I'm not totally sure. So that's the thing that I have to try out. I'm not totally sure if we can find out a configuration that will work with module info, where you're able this package. Right. So that's something that I haven't got into, right? And then there is another thing, and I know Demo is not going to enjoy this, but I think we're going to have to get rid of the OCGI annotations. So one of the reasons is obviously if you look into the Jakarta APIs, they don't ship with any OSGI annotations, and also for modules, it's just going to overcomplicate things, right? We had that discussion like a long time ago if MicroProfile should include OSGI annotations or APIs. And I think we should get rid of them.
Well, I have to disagree with you on that. I think we will
needs that. I
discuss
mean, they can
more.
do those if they need, but if you're looking to have Jakarta to use this, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna. If you look into that, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna want them to have OSGI dependencies or use OSGI in the APIs.
I'm disagreeing with you regarding this.
I know that you were going to disagree, but I mean,
So,
but what do you do with Jakarta, right? I mean, you have the same situation with Jakarta, why? But Jakarta doesn't allow you to have OSGI annotation, so why should we do different in MicroProfile?
they have been discussing, they don't have the capability about semantic versioning. They have been discussing over again, back to the point is, OSGI is having a different namespace. So they want to use the Jakarta namespace. If you look at the minutes, again, it's a kind of fork OSGI and to use the Jakarta namespace. The other thing is, since Jakarta want to use the Jakarta namespace, I don't think whatever we do in MicroProfile will stay intact in Jakarta. I think maybe they will go ahead to change the namespace, and then in the meanwhile, maybe it's delete things and rework things. So I do not know. And the other thing is, at this point in time, I think is do whatever MicroProfile requires, and also I don't know whether Jakarta will take this JAS, or maybe rework this JAS. Don't know.
Just a time check. We've got about 2 minutes left. So I don't think we're gonna, obviously we're not gonna resolve this here, but that needs to be discussed. In fact, let's take a note on that.
We're not consistent across. Don't. It requires you to have like some workarounds for people that don't rely on OSGI, right? So even on Quarkus, sometimes you get like warnings because the annotations are not available on the class path. So we have to like do a lot of workarounds internally on the server to be able to get rid of those warnings, right? So for me, it's not only a matter of Jakarta. I think it was wrong to have those because you don't, I mean, some people may use them, some may don't, right?
It's not some
It's just
people.
For me, I think it's always.
It's not some people do, some people don't. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, it is part of the API, right? So,
no,
but the problem, no, it is part of the API.
I think you misunderstood all this. It's a part of API that's for semantic versioning. Is to tell you whether the change you have done is a major change or minor change. Is not to do with the OSGI support in some runtime. So this is purely for semantic versioning.
It doesn't matter what it is for.
Sorry.
Okay, I hate to interrupt. I know this conversation is going to go on for a while. We're at the top of the hour.
Yeah, we can discuss more offline or in next week's technical call.
Yeah, I'm not time whatever. I'm saying they are OSGI dependencies. I'm not saying what they're used for. It doesn't matter if they're using for semantic version of something else. It's just they're just being there the API.
We can discuss more on the technical call. I think John
All
is
right.
trying
Yeah,
to.
I'm going to try to end the call here. Thanks everyone for joining. Next week's the technical call, and hope to see you all there.
All
All
right.
right.
I'll have
Same bat
another,
time,
guys.
same bat channel.
I'll have
you.
another home improvement tip next week. How's that?
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Good luck with your home improvement.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's going to be interesting. All right.
Yes.
All right. Thanks.
Take care,
Bye.
folks. All right. Bye.
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 Bye, guys.